North South Connection, well, most extreme menage a trois of violence you'll ever experience here on the Extreme Three-Way Dance with JT, Jenny, and Matt Souza, bringing you the history of ECW Extreme. I was going to say both things at the same time. Extreme Treasure of Wrestling started February 1994. It's been a while. We are in the spring of 2000, and yes, we had a layoff. It's okay. It's okay to admit we had holidays, we had life in the way, but we are back. It is officially January 1st. So happy New Year to all those fans out there watching podcast or listening, because this podcast is simulcast on YouTube on video and on audio on most podcast applications under North South Connection. We're leaving those Grinches Spotify back in the old year. I mean, New Year's resolution not to talk about them.
Wow.
Stupid glitchy crap.
You're doing good.
We buried them in the Christmas special over on the Place to Be Nation podcast feed. So anyway, it's exciting to be here. This is episode 150 of this show.
Nice.
Jenny, of course, you and I have been here for all 150 of them. Matt, you came in, do you remember? I meant to look it up.
That's an impossible question.
No, we can figure it out. Because it was
hey, you can, I can't.
It was a big ass Extreme Bash. No. I found it. It was the one after that.
It was definitely early 96. I remember that much.
It was because I could see the gap in when these aired, because we took the break when they moved to the Cock.
Right.
And then when we came back was when D'Amato retired and you took over. So do you want to take a guess what episode number was?
Fuck.
It was August 30th, 2021. We did 5 episodes of TV from 96.
I'll say like 53, 54.
Jenny, any guesses?
I was thinking 51.
Very close, both of you. 48. So
all right.
Now you've been here for over 100 of the 150. So congrats. Yeah. But it's been a fun ride, and we still got some time left with you. A year or so with you all here of calendar time. We got about 7 months of ECW history to cover till the end. But it's been a great ride, and we're gonna finish it out strong here in 2026. So again, happy New Year! Thank you for everyone who subscribed, shared, loved, and laughed along the way in 2025. It's excited to have you back. All right, we have 3 episodes of TV. We've shrunk things dramatically from when Matt joined 4 years ago. We used to do 5 or 6 at a time. Like 6, I think we do 3. So we're going to start with the May 6, 2000 episode of Hardcore Television. We open in the Mid-Hudson Civic Center. Is Simon Diamond is headed to the ring with his traveling circus. He's got Mitch. He's got the Musketeer. He's got the juiced up short king, Tom Marquez. He's got his twin sister, the Prodigy. Of course, Tom Marquez is the Prodigy. So you get the Prodigy and the Prodigy. Joey's in the Nest, talks about how SummerSlam 2000 has thrown ECW into turmoil. Get some quick clips of the whole world title fiasco. Diamond grabs the mic, says he has a problem. Simon has a problem. He's sick and tired of everyone thinking he's a comedy act in ECW. Simon says he's a blue chip athlete and issues an open challenge here tonight. We get our opening animation. We come back, and Tommy Dreamer is answering that open challenge. He stalks to the ring. Joey says it's one of the loudest ovations Dreamer has ever received, even without the title. He's a champion of the ECW revolution forever. Simon attacks at the bell, hammers away. Tommy comes back with a neck breaker, spine buster. Joey calls Simon's crew a merry band of mental midgets. I like to think of Place to Be Nation that way as well sometimes. Yep. Outside, Tommy shoots Simon hard to the railing, grabs a soda from a fan, smashes it to his face. Tommy puts Simon on the apron, bites his face, puts the ring bell on his nuts, cracks it with the hammer. Back of the ring, Tommy's peppering away, but Mitch and the Prodigy tie up the referee. Marquez comes in, lands a hard clothesline. Joey knows how Marquez has been trained by Taz as Simon stomps and slugs away. Simon shrugs off some punches, hits a side Russian leg sweep into an octopus. Tommy bites his leg to break it. Tommy gets 2 on a roll-up. Simon gets pantsed, but Simon pops up and cuts Tommy down with a lariat for 2. Simon gets 2 suplexes, but Tommy blocks a third, gets his own. Tommy puts Simon on the top rope, hangs him in the trio rope, and steps right on his balls. Tommy gets a chair from ringside attendant, but Mitch comes in, gently taps Tommy with his umbrella. Joey calls him a fanuke. Mitch shimmies around the ring, celebrating until Tommy sneaks up, opens the umbrella into his nuts. Tommy drop kicks a chair into Simon's face. The Musketeer gets in the ring. He wants to duel. Tommy picks up the umbrella. We get a quick duel until Tommy plants him with the Spicoli driver. Simon goes low with the umbrella, gets 2 on a roll-up, and then slams Tommy. Marquez goes up top, and Prodigy stops him as she wants a turn. So she turns a moonsault, but Tommy moves and splatters on the mat. Tommy DDTs the twins as Simon's arguing. So referee H.G. Luke throws him in the corner, hits some chops, and Tommy finishes with the DDT. So it's a pretty fun comedy chaos with some good bits woven in throughout some basic brawling. Luke getting involved in matches, I think, is getting kind of silly. But if it stays on the card, I think it's fine. And Simon Circus is fun too, even though they get waxed here. So Matt went 2.5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I went 2 on it, mostly because of my hatred for fucking Simon Diamond. It was fine for what it was, but like, man, we're kind of wasting Dreamer with this. Like, especially considering he just lost the world title like a week prior to this. Like, it just feels like he's scraping the bottom of the barrel, slubbing it with his Simon Diamond and his gaggle of misfits. Dreamer got in a sword fight with a musketeer, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say on this fucking podcast, but here we are. It was fine. It was harmless. And for hardcore TV, it was actually, decent. But yeah, I mean, ultimately it's not much. So I went 2 stars on it, Jenny.
That is not the sword play that I like in the ECW. And yes, we've been out a minute, which means my memory for Simon Diamond's whole circus here is limited. I'm like, when did he get a crew?
Right.
Like, have we seen this before? Am I dumb?
No, but it's one of those things where they always like just do things and assume we've seen them along the way.
Right.
I'm just making sure that I didn't miss something or totally misremember something. So, but I mean, it's like a full like group now, just out of nowhere, just a full, with characters. I don't know. It's weird. And this match was weird. Why is Tommy Dreamer in this match? He just pissed.
That's the biggest pop of his career.
I know. But, I mean, the crowd was hot for this.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, the wrestling was all right. We haven't really been able to see Diamond wrestle like this very much. So, he can go. I mean, he can go all right. I went like 2.5 on it, but I like the ring bell spot. That was fun, but I just wondered, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I think it's this typical hardcore TV stuff. And I don't know, is Tommy, he must have wrestled here before. I don't know if it was like a thing for the live crowd or whatever, but yeah, I think it was just to get him on TV and something. I have to look at the taping dates. I'm guessing was this taped before the whole title thing, so they might have just like thrown this out there,
maybe
up a week, because they couldn't really do anything with the title picture because that was already canned. All right, I'm sorry, were you done?
Something that I noticed about all 3 of the shows that we watched for this, the crowds are big and loud.
Yeah,
like the ECW seems to be like really hot right now.
I think the problem is the overhead has gotten too much because they're probably drawing fine, and like they're selling tickets fine, but if they're not, if the overhead is too much and they're not getting that money more from the video game or from TV or whatever it is, right? Maybe offset what they were. Like maybe this model would have been fine 5 years ago, whatever, like sustainable for like just an indie touring company. Right. But there must be some overhead that really prevents it.
Like what? Travel? He wasn't paying for their shit,
maybe paying for some of the people they're paying for too. I don't know. I mean, they were always kind of bringing names in, but
right.
Yeah,
I think their books are such a fucking disaster that who knows what the hell was going on.
Right.
I guess you
don't know how much debt they had either.
Right. My thinking was that we would see the crowds diminish as we finished up. Of course, we have a lot of time left, but
no, they're hot till the end. I think.
Okay, so that's like pretty cool.
I don't think interest was the problem in any way.
Yeah.
No.
At the time, it's such a different world than it is now as far as like content. Like now, like everyone's dying for anything live. And even like 5 years after this, that was starting to come, but there was no streaming really. There was no internet option. So they were so limited. And so if one of the TV networks didn't want you, you had no distribution. That's what really killed WCW. And that's really what kills ECW. It's like they just having nowhere to go. And at some point he can't keep, leveraging and over leveraging whatever he had going on money wise. And I have to look back, Matt. Do you remember was TNN even paying them? Like they might have even been paying for the spot on TNN. I don't even know if they were really making it's not like today where Raw's getting $100 million from Netflix. Right. Or whatever. I don't think Raw. I feel like even on USA, like WWF back in the day paid for the time, but then they made the advertising money And then it changed, I think, when they go to TNN is when it was like their first, like, we're paying you to be on, and then the network keeps the ad money. But for a long time, I think it was the other way around. Like, I think they're like paying for the time slot, and they would get the ad money back.
That makes more sense.
I want to say TNN was helping cover like production costs and shit like that, like their cameras and stuff like that. But as far as that, like, I'm not sure. But I've always heard,
the air, yeah,
right. And I've always heard the rumor that like TNN helped keep ECW afloat in a lot of ways. Like that's always been a rumor that I've heard. So I don't know if there's any truth to that or anything. But
well, Vince was obviously funding them for a bit. We know that.
Right.
But beyond that, what's their biggest income stream? Like tapes and merchandise,
right?
And I mean, even if they're selling out these buildings, like they're not running, the Hoosier Dome, right? So I mean, they're still only running like 1,500 seat arenas. So even if they're making decent money, like, they're not making enough probably to pay whatever overhead they had.
Right.
Probably on travel, advertising, and stuff like that. So, all right, well, that was exciting. Backstage, Sinister Minister sitting on a couch as Mikey is snacking away. Mikey offers him a Dorito. Minister declines and tells him just to indulge himself. Mikey says he held the tag titles twice with Cactus Jack, and Justin Credible sold his soul with what he did to those belts. Minister said Credible didn't sell his soul to him. In fact, nobody has in a long time, and he's owed a Vig. Minister tells Mikey to go get the world title or bring back Credible's soul to him. Mikey says if he doesn't bring back the belt, he can bring his soul or vice versa. But what if he doesn't do either? Does Sinister Minister want his soul instead? Minister says no one wants your soul, not even you. Mikey asks if Minister wants Francine's soul, and he says he doesn't want hers. The part of Francine he wants is really worn out. And word on the street is Justin Credible fits Francine like a tricycle in a 2-car garage.
Jesus.
They cackle, and Mikey dumps all the Doritos all over himself. Jenny, your thoughts on the tricycle in the garage and the Doritos?
This is what he does. His turn of phrase is quite something. Him and Mikey cutting up together is very entertaining. Who do you think they can get to sell their soul to him? That will be interesting.
The Prada Jet.
Yeah.
Electra.
You have to sell something. I get those
water cannons.
It's a fair point. But yeah, I mean, Mikey and Mitchell continue to be like one of the most entertaining parts of ECW. Like all their backstage.
Joel Gertner would definitely sell his soul.
Oh yeah, he'd sell anything. But the fucking tricycle in a 2-car garage line, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, how special.
Good Lord. No one wants your soul.
Poor Francine. She was so nice when we met her.
Yeah, I had thoughts on this next bit.
She was so kind, and they treat her like such trash.
Yeah.
Credible's backstage with her. They cut a generic promo about being champion. They issue warnings to ECW and Dawn Marie. And the highlight here, Credible is wearing a Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy shirt, which of course was all the rage in 2000.
No.
He had some different superstars coming through, potential future stars.
He should go back to the academy.
He should? Oh, Credible or Shawn?
No, he should.
It had to be around now that Danielson was there, right?
Yeah, probably like 2000, 2001, I would imagine.
And who was the other guy? Not Venom. What was his name? The guy who became Joey Abs. I think he was from there too, wasn't he?
Oh, God.
I think so.
Joey Abs.
Joey Abs.
I hate Francine doing this. Like, it's gross. I don't like it. I mean, she's great at it, but
you don't like her being like Credible's like
Robinson? Absolutely not. Like, and she like he. I mean, we've seen 400 of his promos, okay? And like you said, this was pretty basic, but even then, it was better than what he usually does.
Right,
a little bit.
And I think it's like keeping her relevant, though. Like, you don't.
I do. I hate this for her. Like I don't know. Because he's just so gross, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he creeps me out. And
I did feel like her and Tommy had run its course, though.
It did. I just wish we had picked somebody other than this guy.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, the positive is it's keeping her both relevant and with the main
winner.
Act.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they obviously see her highly enough, right, to make her the prime, because they're also kind of selling it like she's the mastermind. It's not even like Credible's is like she's just skag, whatever that Credible's dragging along. And I mean, I just haven't said that word for her.
It's kind of like that woman role.
Yeah, she's being, and the way she talks and they talk. I led the pit bulls to the titles. I led Shane Douglas. So they're positioning her as the brains behind all the champions in ECW's history. So yes, it's like she should be with someone better, but within the construct of the company, I feel like they're at least giving her like her respect that she should.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yep.
All right, Joey and the Nest takes us to TNN for the showdown and the brawl between Lance Storm and Justin Credible that led to Raven attacking the cat fight in a Lance Storm Kid Cash match. We then get TNN clips of Rhino getting involved in a Jerry Lynn Scotty Anton match, and RVD made the save and attacked Rhino. Back to the ring we go as Mikey Whipwreck is here to both take back the ECW World Title and Justin Credible's soul. He's trying to complete the Padres' request. Joey says Mikey is Sinister Minister's unholy altar boy. And he has some psychological problems. Credible and Francine head out. Joey also knows this World Title match is exclusive to Hardcore TV. The Redneck Network won't see it. After a break, Credible's on the apron talking shit to the fans. We had a lot of bleeps. Mikey's pacing the ring. That seemed intense, him pacing around. Credible says the fans don't deserve a title match, so they can get the fuck out of there. And they start to leave. Mikey comes chasing, catches Credible on the stage, hammers away, throws Credible off the stage into the railing. Mikey batters Credible down the aisle, back around ringside, gets a guillotine leg drop for 2. We head into the ring. Mikey takes Credible to the apron, tries a side Russian leg sweep, but Credible counters and flings him hard into the steel. Credible drops down, hammers away at him, slings him back inside, spikes him into the seat of an open chair, dumps Mikey on the floor, throws him into the crowd. Credible works him over in the fans, keeps pouring it on. Credible cranks a chinlock back of the ring, holds on to a couple of Mikey's escapes. Mikey finally slingshots Credible. He goes over the top to the floor. Mikey follows, throws him into the post, fires back in the ring. The crowd's rallying. Mikey gets a side Russian leg sweep for 2, but Credible sticks a mule kick. Mikey counters with a DDT on the chair, but Francine makes a save. Mikey grabs her and gives her a wedgie, but Credible canes the shit out of Mikey for 2. Credible goes up top. Mikey meets him and tries a whippersnapper, but Credible shoves Mikey off, flies into the high cross body. Mikey rolls through for 2. Mikey's up and gets the whippersnapper for 2. Credible throws Mikey to the ropes. Francine canes him in the back, and then Credible hits a super kick, but Mikey kicks out again. Mikey tries to float over into a charge, but Credible catches him and finishes with That's Incredible. And it's a pretty good match. I think one of the few benefits of Credible being world champion is going to be the heat to see him lose. So, like, that's going to carry a lot of these matches, that kind of honky-tonk man type, like, when's this prick going to lose? So I think that's going to help. He was also bumping around like a maniac. Like, you could tell he's trying to prove his worth.
Right.
So if we get TV matches with good heat and him busting his ass to prove his spot, like, could be worse, you know? It's not him cosplaying as being like Ric Flair, thinking he can just like, hey, I'm the man now, so I don't have to, or even kind of Shane and run Shane where he was kind of going through the motions because he was hurt.
Right.
This is a guy who's like trying to prove himself. So I thought that energy helped. I thought Mikey was really good. There was a lot of near falls late. The crowd was vibing, but deflated late at the finish for sure. So, but I mean, Mikey wasn't going to win. But pretty good first defense with Credible. We'll see if he can keep up the energy and the crowd engagement, Jenny. It went 3 stars.
I agree with you. He likes to fight. He likes to fight. So I never doubted that he was going to be out here, you know, having these matches. And I thought Mikey was pretty great here. Speaking of bumping around, but he also looked really good. Like, I don't think we've seen Mikey look this good in a while. I mean, he's had a couple of good matches, decent matches.
This gimmick change has definitely saved him because he was spiraling.
Yeah.
And the whole Sinister Minister thing, both in the ring and gimmick wise, has really helped.
Yes, I agree. And I love watching him wrestle. Like, I just still do. And this was a good title defense. The crowd was super hot for it, and they do the little crowd brawl. I really like that. I'd like that they kind of Mikey kicked out a lot. It wasn't an ass whooping. You know, Mikey hung in there. I ended up really liking it. I did 3 1/4, Maddie.
Yeah, it's a good TV match. Credible and Mikey have that chemistry from way back in '98. I don't think this match was as good as some of those were, but it's still really good TV match. I went 3 stars on it. One of those matches where the winner was never in doubt, but you know, that's kind of okay. I will say it did feel like they were really trying to go for an epic here with this one, between like just the way the structure of the match was going and the crowd heat and everything. And I don't think it quite got to that level, but it's still really good. And to your point, like Credible was bumping around like a fucking madman. So good for him for realizing that, hey, people hate me. I need to make these people like me. So I need to, break my body in order to get these people to like me. So I kind of respect that out of him. So 3 stars for me on this.
Those are the longest bleeps I've ever heard.
Yeah, he was really
It
going.
was like 30
I don't think
seconds.
Bubba Ray even got that many bleeps.
No,
never.
I was like, what the hell is he saying? Another thing about Credible, he does go, but he gets gassed. Like, he doesn't have like epic length matches. Like, he just doesn't wrestle that way.
He slapped on that headlock about 7 minutes in. You could tell like, it's because I need to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's time for one of our old favorites. It is Pulp Fiction time. We got Sandman issuing a warning to Rhino for Hardcore Heaven, then Joey hyping the pay-per-view. RVD poses with Fonzie and Anton. Lynn says it's been his dream in ECW to win a title, but Credible pissed on everyone's hopes and dreams when he threw down the tag belt. And only RVD stands between him and the world title, so he'll kick his ass good. RVD says Anton has to get used to fans wanting to see him now since he's friends with RVD, and asks if Anton wants to put him on his shoulders. Credible talks about his relationship with Storm. RVD has Fonzie blow the whistle, and then he whistles in Anton's ear. Credible talks more about Storm. Fonzie asks Anton who his favorite wrestler is, and RVD says Anton doesn't get more airtime. Louise with the Dangerous Alliance. They talk about the tag titles. Chris Chetty's with Nova. They say they spent years studying tag team wrestling. Teams like the Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, the Road Warriors, Midnight Express, Dudley Boys, Eliminators, Sabu, and Taz, and they were great because the belts were won and lost in the ring, and as they should be. Petty agrees that all wrestling matches are always won or lost in the ring, on the mat, and Nova says Credible spit on everyone along with the title, and they're going to be the team that beats the Impact player. They were going to be the team to beat the Impact players, and now they'll never get that chance. Chetty says they will rebuild with Credible destroyed. Danny Doring and Roadkill say they were supposed to be the next chance, but they were denied for multiple reasons. One being he was always involved in a slut or a whore, and then Credible threw the belts down and denied them the chance to beat the Impact players. Talks about the importance of the titles to the team's past and future. They will work harder to restore the legacy. Justin Credible is just a chicken. Fonzie hypes up Hardcore Heaven. RVD poses. Anton ponders. RVD says he has the man watching his back so he doesn't have to worry. Anton smirks, but then RVD says he's talking about Fonzie and Anton seems annoyed. RVD vows to beat the snot out of Jerry Lynn, regain his TV title, and then asks them to join in doing the pose, but Anton just sits quietly. Joey runs down the Hardcore Heaven card. Credible Storm with stips to be posted on the website soon. Jerry Lynn versus Rob Van Dam. Sandman versus Rhino. Rhino's with Cyrus, who issues their warnings to Sandman, calling him a silly drunk. Rhino promises to shove a can so far up his ass, he'll have to take his head off to get it out. And that's it. So I think it was a pretty good Pulp Fiction to show the ripple effects of Credible's actions across the company, refocus of the tag teams. So not only has it affect the world title picture and Tommy Dreamer and all this other stuff, right? It's also affecting all these tag guys that thought they were next to take out the Impact players. It's a chance to get the belts back to the division now as well, out of the main event scene. And also, I want your thoughts on this, and Jenny, we can start with you, just overall in Pulp Fiction. But, the building issue between Anton and RVD. Mm-hmm. And I'll ask you, do you think they're over tipping a potential rift with them, or are they going so comically pushing it that it's just RVD being RVD? They want you to think there'll be a problem, but there won't be. Or do you think they're like really hammering home that RVD is like being kind of an asshole and Anton's going to get aggravated with it?
It's funny you mentioned that because one of my notes was, does this RVD style work with others besides Sabu? And it kind of is about the same issue, right? Like, to me, it still feels like RVD being RVD. I don't think Scotty is anybody that needs to be worried about fighting RVD at this point. Like, what has he done? He hasn't done shit.
Right.
So, like, sure, we may be building to that, but I hope it's like way down the road. I think that's just RVD style, and it doesn't hit like it hits with Sabu.
Right.
I could be wrong about all that, but of course, RVD and Sabu ended up fighting. All tag teams ended up fighting each other. Or friends at all. But yes, about the tag titles, I liked how this Pulp Fiction like had a point. Usually it's just people, promoting the next pay-per-view or doing whatever, but everybody's so pissed off about the tag titles right now.
Mhm.
And everybody is in agreement and everybody thinks they're the ones that was up for it. So there's a lot of competition and jostling. That makes it feel exciting, and like we need to, like you said, get it back off the main picture and back into the tag teams that are actually tag teams.
Right.
Yeah, as we've talked about, it's almost unfair to them.
Yes.
They weren't being presented at the Impact Players level. And were we, should there be like a TV tag belts or something, like something else, right? So now at least those belts can sink back and reward these teams that have been really working hard to rebuild the division. It's kind of been dormant a bit since the heyday of the Dudleys, and even
I think done a good job at rebuilding it.
Yeah.
even those later day Dudleys days were like kind of whatever. It was like them versus like Balls and Spike or Balls and Tanaka over and over.
Like I'm really into Doring and Roadkill. I'm really into the Figures Alliance. Like they're kind of established at this point. They've been working in the ring and cutting promos and doing their shit. So I don't know. I thought it was really good Pulp Fiction. And a can up your ass was very good.
Yeah, it's a good Pulp Fiction, and you guys hit on most of my points. Like, it served as basically a reset for the tag division for being stuck in the main event scene with the Impact Players for a while, so I like it for that. It's a long fucking Pulp Fiction, too. This might be the longest Pulp Fiction they've ever done, but, like, if you're doing it to prove a point, like, it's fine. Also, did Jerry Lynn record his part on Ash Wednesday? Because he had a huge fucking mark on his forehead. Like, Jesus Christ.
Knock the fuck out sometime.
Notable Catholic Jerry Lynn.
He's a good man. All right, best match of the night. I think it's pretty easily Credible and Mikey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Worst match, Dreamer Diamond, which I think was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Best moment, Pulp Fiction for me.
Yep.
I think so.
Most 2000s, I went with the Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy shirt.
Yeah.
Rising, Dreamer, Credible, Mikey, RVD, Rhino. Falling, I had Simon Diamond Circus. They had a tough night. And Final Grade, I went 5.5. I like it. It felt about average. Like there was some stuff. It wasn't a complete throwaway, but again, you could probably skip it and not really miss much, besides that Mikey match, which is pretty good, but it didn't really go anywhere.
I think I might do a 6. I liked it.
Yeah, I went 6 on it. It was carried by the world title match in the Pulp Fiction, for sure.
All right, let's go to the May 12th, 2000 ECW on TNN. Sinister Minister and Mikey Whipwrecker, sorry, George Kittle, and Mikey Whipwrecker in the locker room. Minister says when Mikey was 5 years old and locked in a closet, his mother always said not to play with matches. And a producer then cuts off Minister and says they made a noise. Minister looks confused and starts ranting in tongues and says the producer is worse than Jackie Crockett. I don't ask for much, just 45 seconds. You should have Mikey rip his head off and make the Spanish Inquisition look like Sunday school. Minister stops and whispers in Mikey's ear, and they laugh, and Mikey turns and says, "You're fired," and throws fire at the cameraman. And we see the cameraman fall down and then kind of look up, and Mikey's cackling over him.
What?
Yep.
Maddie?
The Jackie Crockett line popped me big, and also I guess Mikey knows how to throw fireballs now. Jackie Crockett, you dumb son of a bitch! I hate you.
It's just it's great. It's great. It's ridiculous. I mean, they're just both insane, and the poor cameraman.
They play off of each other super well.
Yeah, they really do. It's I got nothing, man. It's just good. Funny.
All right, we get our animation. Joey and Joel are inside the ring in the Minneapolis Sports Pavilion, and the crowd is revved up. Joey makes a Dukes of Hazzard TNN joke. They hype up their Minneapolis debut. Joel does his shtick, and it's pretty risque, but they let it all fly, and the crowd's loving it. Tommy heads to the ring, laser focused, as Joey recovers from Joel's antics. Joey talks about Tommy achieving his dream, becoming ECW World Champion, but it only lasted 15 minutes, and he never even got to wear the belt. We get very loud and sustained ECW chants, but before Tommy talks, he's interrupted by Simon Diamond, who has a problem.
Oh boy.
Simon has his whole crew with him. Asked Tommy what he was going to say that was so important. The crowd's all over Simon. Gets in the ring, and Simon says, "I'm not a comedy act." And Tommy asked Tommy, "Is he going to talk about being robbed of the ECW title?" Simon says, "No one cares. You should tell the truth. You're just not hungry anymore. The young dreamer ate and drank ECW is dead. He forgot he's talking to the innovator of violence, but the problem is Tommy doesn't have a guardrail or table to hit him with. So what will Tommy hit him with?" And so Tommy then slugs him with a punch. The ring clears, the ref arrives, and it looks like we're going to get a rematch from Hardcore TV. Any quick thoughts, Jenny, on this segment, though?
Diamond is sort of better on the mic than I think he should be, than I would expect. Talking a little bit shit about Tommy. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Not a bad way to start the match.
I mean, it was fine, but holy shit, we needed to run this back. It's just super weird. It's a weird spot for Dreamer, considering he's in the middle of the world title picture, that he's slumming it with Simon Diamond. It's just, I don't know. I get why they're doing it, but it feels beneath Dreamer at this point.
It does feel a little bit though like he's a man without a feud now, because I think they want to get through Credible Storm and storm out of here. So then get Tommy in.
Yeah.
So it's like they needed to pair him with someone for a few weeks. And I do wonder if they were working like the circuit against each other, because as we'll talk about in a minute, this feels like a replay of the Hardcore TV match.
100%.
To the point where I had to check and be like, was this the same fucking match? Because so it almost makes it feel like it's a classic 80s WF feud,
right?
Where they're just fighting every night on the house shows and they have their routine. So I'd have to look more at the archives, but I don't know, Janie, what do you think?
No, I mean, it wasn't the exact same thing. I mean, I knew it was different.
Yeah.
But yes, there does seem to be some sort of feud here. I guess.
Or they just liked it so much in that other taping, they ran it back for TNN to show it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That could have been possible, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't seem odd to me. I guess I've gotten used to this double bullshit that we've been doing with CNN. Right. So I get used to them sort of doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, right. All right, so now's our match. Tommy Dreamer, Simon Diamond. Tommy knocks down Simon, drills him in the dick with the microphone. Tommy says he has a problem. Simon sucks dick. Tommy hammers on Simon, chokes him with his robe, slings him outside. Tommy shoots Simon to the railing. Simon reverses a whip, sends Tommy to the crowd. Simon crotches Tommy on the railing, bashes him with a chair. Tommy recovers, slings Simon into the railing, flips him into the crowd. Tommy follows and drags him to the back of the building. After a break, we're in the ring. Tommy slugs the Musketeer off the apron, hammers at Simon. Marquez comes in and drops Tommy the clothesline. Simon stomps away, shoots Tommy hard to the corner, gets two on a lariat. Simon gets two suplexes, but Tommy counters and hits one. Tommy hangs Simon in the trio rope, stomps on his crotch, and drop kicks a chair into his face. Musketeer is in. He wants to duel. Tommy gets a crutch from a fan. They duel until Tommy drags the sword across Muskie's taint and plants him with the goalie driver. Simon DDTs Tommy on the chair for two, tries to swing it, but Ichiro yanks it away. In come the twins, in come the Prada Jet. She again, of course, stops Marquez on top, tries her own moonsault, but misses. The twins argue, and Tommy has the DDT on them. Loke chops away a diamond, and Tommy finishes him with the DDT. So again, this is pretty much the same exact match as the one from Hardcore TV. Nearly all the same spots, cadence, the interference, the Power Twins, right, doing their fucking shtick. It felt odd to run it 6 days apart on TV. I'm not against running it in the arena, because who the fuck would have seen it? It's new to that crowd. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm sure they're just assuming maybe there's a variance in audience, but it was legit. I felt it was legit the same match. So mix it up a little bit. And I know a lot of people aren't watching we're watching, or I watched them literally minutes apart. So it really stuck with me, but it was really glaring to watch them that closely. It was okay, this is they had a script and they're just going to run it. So I went 2 1/4. Again, I think it was fine. The shtick was fun, Jenny, but it was just all right, I kind of just saw this minutes ago.
I don't know. You need a pothead memory. I
mean, it was 30 seconds apart for us.
I do have a bad memory. That's the problem.
I don't know. I feel the difference in a Hardcore TV match and a TNN match. I don't know. like, and this crowd was like super hot for this. I mean, nobody seemed like they were bored. They were totally into it. It's like, I don't know. It seemed fine to me. I mean, to me, it was way more fun than it should be. And I think Diamond is lucky to be working with Tommy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's for sure. 100%.
So that's kind of cool for him.
I'm looking at the feud and the concept. It was just, they should have just mixed the matchup. They just ran the same spots. Like the interference from the circus was identical to what they did on set. Like everything was the same. I think they mixed up what the Musketeer does a little bit, but like
these are all weird things you're saying. I just gotta say,
how many times have we seen the same fucking match on ECW? Like this
not
is not new.
Level. Not to this level. This was like this made it feel fake to me. Like it felt like a rehearsed. It felt like a rehearsed play to me. Like that's what it felt like. This is a real nitpick because they're probably like, who gives a fuck? Like no one's doing this, watching this closely. So it's whatever. Like who cares? But
yeah, right.
But to me in the moment, it just felt like, okay, like it just took me out of it a bit. Because I'm like, they just ran this exact script back the show before, you know? Yeah. I don't care if they run a rematch, just mix up, have the interference at the beginning and then do a different ending. It was literally the same thing. It makes it look hokey. Like, okay, they're doing the same fucking thing.
Maddie?
Yeah, it felt, to me, I'm with JT. It felt very like this is a match we're doing on every house show in this area. It's going to be the same fucking thing night in, night out. And I mean, it is still fine, but like, I mean, we didn't literally just see it, but you're running the same match on the same fucking week with literally the same finish. It's fucking weird. And I get it's a difference between hardcore. Not everybody gets hardcore TV. I understand that, but I don't know. It's just, for my brain watching it back to back like that was just like, holy shit, this is the same.
This guy can't even see colors.
That's true. That's a think about it. That circus is in black and white. Goddamn it. Think about that. But yeah, so I gave it the same rating. I went 2 stars.
And it's not like it was like 2 guys having the same match. When you have the whole act doing the same spots is more glaring. I think if it was just Tommy and Diamond doing like a lot of the same spots,
yeah,
it'd be like, okay, well that's just their move sets. But then you have like the circus doing the same interference cadence at the same time, the same dance. Like it felt very like, all right, why are we just run the match from the other night? Like who cares? Run about this match is from Hardcore TV. Just run it back.
It's the fact that the finish was like beat for beat identical that got me. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was weird. All right, we got our OneWrestling.com Extreme Replay. Just Incredible winning the ECW title. Joey and Joel are in the nest. They run down the card. We have Jerry Lynn out next to take on Lance Storm, who comes down with Dawn Marie. She's dressed a little bit more conservatively tonight, my thoughts. She's also hobbling with a crutch due to a twisted ankle. Joel says she has a bad wheel, but her headlights work just fine. Lynn hits the ring in his hometown as Joey hypes up his big match with RVD at Hardcore Heaven in under 48 hours. After the break, the bell rings. The Jerry chants are echoing. We get into it with a couple of Storm strikes. Lynn comes back with a stiff springboard dropkick to knock Storm to the floor. Lynn follows with a rolling splash off the apron. Joey reminds us this is just Jerry's second match since his return. Back in the ring, Storm gets a jawbreaker, cracks Lynn with a super kick for 2. Lynn rallies in the corner. He gets a sunset flip for 2. Storm rolls through on a whip and hooks a single leg crab. Lynn pushes up, sticks an enziguri, and slugs away, slips out of the press slam to trigger a flurry of roll-ups, a near fall. And that ends in a big double clothesline. Both are up after some counters. Lynn hits a Van Daminator for 2. Storm goes low, puts Lynn up top. They trade punches until Lynn sticks a tornado DDT on the chair, but Dawn has the ref tied up as Lynn is covering. Storm floats out of a scoop, and we get a standing switch, which ends Incredible caning Lynn after Storm ducks. Storm gets to win, calls Incredible for a fight. Tommy Dreamer's out. He attacks Incredible. Storm flies into both of them with a plancha, and they all brawl into the crowd. This is a pretty fun TV match with a good pace. So it had some crisp offense. And the finish was a good final hard sell for the world title match on Sunday. So Jenny went 3 stars. I think it was a good for TV. I think Storm Incredible. I get why they're doing it on pay-per-view because there's so much history between the Impact players, but it's also like real obvious where it's heading.
Yep.
It felt like a match that could have burned off at the arena and done something bigger on pay-per-view. I think to sell a little bit more intrigue into the show. Like it feels, but then again, in ECW, we've seen it before where the guy leaving wins gold, like we saw with the Dudleys, right? And others where you don't think they're going to win or retain, and they do. So I guess it wouldn't be the craziest thing if Storm were to win the belt, but I don't know. It feels like again, maybe a little too obvious to be like your pay-per-view main event.
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes they just play it safe, and keep it obvious. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, and this is a team blow up worth a blow off. Like
Right,
I'm not
that's what I'm
trying to say
saying.
like it is worthy of the match.
Yep.
It just feels very foregone conclusion. I'm actually really surprised they didn't put a loser leaves town step on it, like belt versus career or something.
Yeah. This is just a very good wrestling match. Like, these guys just know how to fucking wrestle. I love Jerry Lynn. I will say it during every Jerry Lynn match. I just will. And this match is like fucking good weed. Like, it's just it's just what you need. You get your high. It's kind of great. My rating is kind of based on the things that happen post match, because it's kind of all tied in here. Anyway, I did 3 3/4. Like, I ended up really liking this match.
Yeah. The thing for me, and I really liked it too, I went 3 1/4, but goddamn, it was criminally short, and it just fucking, like, get rid of the fucking Tommy Dreamer, Simon Diamond circus of misery, and have these guys
just shown clips from Hardcore TV at the end of the match.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, give these guys like 5 more minutes and let them do what they're capable of, which is stealing the fucking show, and giving them 15 minutes on TNN. Like, it would have been a 4-star match,
especially when it's probably the last time we're going to see them wrestle.
Exactly. So that was the big thing that stuck out to me. It's like, man, just fucking give them more time. But even as is, like, it's a super fun sprint. And I mean, the chemistry, we've talked about these two guys and the chemistry they have before. Like, they know what each other's going to do before the other guy's going to do it. And it's fucking great to see. So 3 1/4 for me on this. Another great match between these two guys. But goddamn, give them more time.
Yeah. All right. Cyrus hits the ring to booze as the brawl is going on. And he hypes himself up as usual, but he's buried in asshole chants. Cyrus says on the eve of ECW's first visit to Minnesota, the network did not want to come because Cyrus, being from Winnipeg, is an expert on the state of Minnesota. And he told the network that the Minnesota was populated by idiots and they require proof. Only a state of mental bleep, which I'm guessing was the hard R, would elect Jesse Ventura as governor, which is funny. We get loud Jesse chants as Cyrus says, Lynn is not like the other Minnesota idiots. He's a legend in Minnesota, like Frank Tarkenton, which is great. Not Frank. Greg Gagne and Prince. Network thinks Jerry's fantastic, just like the Timberwolves, even though they got knocked out of the playoffs. Or maybe he's like the Vikings and he just can't win the big one. Jerry's unbelievable in the ring. It's quite obvious he was trained by Brad Rangans. But unfortunately for the network, it seems Brad also is the one who taught him how to do interviews. Cyrus says that stuff like this is a ratings killer. And it's not about wrestling anymore. And he went to bat for Lynn with the network and has an offer he can't refuse. Cyrus says Lynn is the best pure wrestler in ECW. And from a charisma and interview ability, Cyrus is the number 1 in the company. So the offer is with Lynn wrestling and Cyrus talking. There's nothing they can't do or achieve if Lynn had the network behind him. Lynn's considering, but Tajiri comes out. He tries to talk to Lynn, but Cyrus slaps him in the head and says not to listen to that idiot. You can imagine what he calls him. And then calls him stupid. Tajiri stalks Cyrus, but Lynn drills him from behind, and Cyrus thanks him and says he's part of the network now. Lynn says, if Cyrus wants fucking charisma, here it is. I didn't do it for you or the goddamn network. I did it for myself because you're a bleep. I don't know. We get asshole chants. Maybe it was the F word. Like, I don't know what he says. Lynn leaves as Cyrus stands in shock and then berates Tajiri. It says he came out and embarrassed him and he'll ship him back to Tokyo. Cyrus slaps Tajiri in the head and tells him to get up so he can kick his ass. Tajiri starts to stir as Steve Corino and Jack Victory are out. Corino gets in the ring and pulls Tajiri up, but Tajiri mows him down with vicious kicks. Cyrus leaves as Victory comes in the ring. Tajiri kicks him in the gut and throws him to the floor. Tajiri puts Corino in the trio whoa, but out comes Rhino, cuts him down with a lariat. Rhino puts the TV title on the mat and challenges Tajiri to a TV title match. And that's where we're going to pick things up in a moment. But what did you think of that Cyrus segment?
Finally, Prince and Greg Gagne are right next to each other where they fucking belong. My God. Jesus Christ. Cyrus, just every week, just fucking kills it. God, he's so good. Jerry Lynn showing a personality. Like, holy shit. And it's one of those things where, like, you always knew he had it in him, but I think it took someone like a Cyrus to finally bring it out of him because like this was fucking great. Like and it being in his hometown too was fucking perfect. The crowd just losing their fucking minds for all of this was just it's great. And Cyrus is such a good shitbag. Like it's just perfect. And hopefully this leads to something massive for Jerry Lynn. Like he's facing RVD at the pay-per-view, but it's like I still don't. Is he a face? Is he a heel? Who can fucking say? I don't fucking know. But I'm leaning towards he's a face now after this. But like at the pay-per-view, that might change. That's kind of where we're at with Jerry Lynn, I feel like. But yeah, this was fucking.
Or there's
great.
like a third spot where he's a heel, but not with the network. There's like he's like heel with the network, heel or face, right? Like so.
He's joining Simon Diamond's circus next week.
Hope they bring some fresh spots into the match.
But yeah, this is fantastic stuff, Jenny.
Man, this was sexy. I was like, yes, this was exactly what I wanted to see. Cyrus just being amazing. He's not wrong about Jerry Lynn on a lot of these points because Jerry Lynn hasn't been able to get it done. In ECW, even though he's amazing. And it's not about the wrestling anymore. It was fantastic. Like all of that is wonderful. I gasped when he hit Tajiri in the back of the head. I was like, oh, like he hit me in the face. I was like, what? And then I love Jerry Lynn just being like, fuck both of you. I'm done with this shit. And he, much like Kelly Taylor, just picked himself, and
it's kind of where he's at.
Yeah. So I love this. I'm so stupid because of course he's from Minnesota and they're in Minnesota, and I didn't realize that until we just started saying that. But I'm like, what an idiot! Of course you should have known that. So I love that. I love that for him. In this state as well. So I thought it was fantastic.
I choose me, okay? Sorry.
I love when he's a little, fiery and usually just so nice. And I don't know, I just love it.
All right, well, ref hops right in the ring as he's here for our match, Tajiri versus Rhino. SummerSlam rematch, TV belt on the line. We get a slugfest. We get a Tajiri handspring elbow, kick to the gut. Tajiri hammers and kicks away. Mows down Rhino with a hard spin kick. Rhino bails out, and Tajiri meets with an acai. After a break, Jack Victory slides the table into Rhino, puts it in the corner. Tajiri's still on the floor. Carino rolls Tajiri in. Rhino loads a powerbomb, but Tajiri slides out of it. Rhino blocks the sunset flip, but Tajiri spews the mist and mauls him with buzzsaw kicks. Carino's in. Tajiri crushes him with a kick and shoots him into Victory and then nails him with a drop kick. Tajiri slings Victory outside, sets up a table, and puts Carino on it. Tajiri goes up top, sticks Carino through the table with a double stomp as the crowd is going nuts. Rhino slides in and cuts Tajiri down with a gore. Pile drives him off the apron through a table at ringside, shoves Tajiri in the ring, and wins. A very fun match with a wild buzz and atmosphere. A very hardcore finish as Tajiri is valiant but falls to the numbers game of the network. Rhino stands tall on the doorstep of his Sandman challenge, and the war rages on. Maddie, I went 3 stars to this match. Another good one. Another very violent finish.
Rhino is quickly becoming like my favorite guy in the company. The way he just turns into this fucking ball of hate in every fucking match he has, and especially matches like this was a sprint, but I'm okay with this being a sprint because he's just gonna fucking destroy everything in the 5 minutes he gets and just wreck shop, and it's fucking fantastic to see. Just chaos in the best way possible. The finish was sick. I mean, my God, just he kind of fits that Mike Awesome mold, where you know that every time he goes out there, it's going to just be complete fucking chaos every time you go out there. And it's going to be super entertaining to watch. It doesn't matter who he's in there with. And especially with a guy like Tajiri. Tajiri's like game for anything Rhino will fucking throw at him. Like, holy, especially, again, that fucking pile driver through the table. Jesus Christ. So I went 3 stars on it too, but like just an unbelievable sprint, Jenny.
I did 3.5. Like, I guess I was still high from Jerry Lynn and had like a boner. So, but I love the spontaneity of this match. Like, like we've seen them before, I'm pretty sure. So I'm like, it's not new. And Tajiri is just so fucking fun. He's so good. And like you said, Rhino just hates everything and just wants to gore everything. And that table spot was amazing. I just love this. Like, and I get so mad that this is on TNN. I get so fucking mad. But I couldn't help it. I'm like really into this whole episode so far, really.
All right, let's get to the end of it. As the network beat up to Jerry some more until Enter Sandman fires up and the icon marches through the crowd. We go to break. We come back. He's arrived. He's cleaning house on the network. Sandman steps to Rhino in the ring, but eats a gourd. Sticks him with a pile driver as Carino grabs the mic and says, "This is what we like to do, and your bitch do to you and your bitch wife." Pantera hits. Out comes RVD. Cleans out the network to a big pop. Gets a huge 5-star frog splash on Rhino. And that's that. So this is a good final chaos to set up the big issues for Sunday. And I think it also shows that RVD is in like pretty much back to health for his comeback here. Like, I think this was like, okay, look, he can still go and do this crazy shit.
I don't know how.
For his return match.
But he can.
Mm-hmm. His leg's probably still broken. It'll be fine. He'll get through it.
He doesn't need a leg.
Who does? You got another one.
So I
just want to be in a crowd like this when Sandman's music hits and he's in the crowd and it takes him 5 minutes to get to the ring. Like,
well, Carino in his ECW career spent more time doing this. Wrestling, I think. Waiting for Sandman to come down.
Standing on the second rope, looking into the fucking crowd, like, where is he?
I don't give a fuck.
It's like his whole career. It's just waiting for Sandman.
You stand there and wait, motherfucker. But the place goes nuts. Like, it's just amazing.
They got to do it. The crowd needs it.
So. Yeah, right. I love this crowd. Minnesota was ready for ECW apparently.
Yeah.
And then they go crazy for RVD as well, who looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean it also flowed from what we just did. So this whole thing was so fluid and smooth and felt organic and an amazing episode of television for me. Fucking TNN.
All right, so that wraps up that episode. And I mean, I think when they wrap on TNN, maybe we'll go back and look. I feel like they're going to have over an 80% hit rate on TNN, right? I mean, if not more, like
it's gotta be, yeah.
There cannot be more than a handful, if that, of episodes on TNN that were like below 7.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even the weaker episodes at least have something, for the most part.
They really have delivered for them, which makes it even more frustrating that TNN has such dicks to them. It's like,
that's
these shows are really good. Like they're putting on, WWF at this time is at their peak. But this shit's got to be better than was on WCW, like regularly,
Oh, 100%.
And I'm sure it was better than most Raws, too, at this point. Maybe in 2000, less so, but in 99, for sure. Yeah. They're getting some of the best wrestling content on television at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is crazy to me. Like, they should be all in on this. But
WCW was coming off of David Arquette being world champion at this time.
Nice.
Yeah, this is all the same time. And Canyon, isn't it right on this time Canyon gets thrown off the cell, like in the same arena when Hard died? I believe it is. I think it's like right around here. Yeah. It might have been the same night that Arquette won, wasn't it? Was it the same? Because he gets thrown off the cage, the triple cage or whatever.
That was the night Arquette lost, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Maybe.
Because I think he won it on like a Nitro or the Thunder or something.
Okay. All right, the network. We talk about that. All right, best match: Tajiri and Rhino for me.
Yes,
I had it the same as Lynn and Storm, but I like.
I went higher on Lynn and Storm.
Yeah, I had Storm
at 3 3/4, Johnny.
I had Storm and Lynn, but it's close.
All right, worst match. I had Dreamer and Diamond.
Yep.
Best moment. I had Cyrus making Lynn the offer, like that whole promo.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I got to go with Rhino fucking killing Tajiri with that pile driver.
Most 2000s, I went Jackie Crockett and also Ventura winning the governorship of Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't appreciate Cyrus talking to me about like that.
My way, the body's way. Stock Rising, Minneapolis.
Yes.
Yeah. Red hot as an ECW town. Dreamer, Storm, Lynn, Cyrus, Tajiri.
Rhino.
Falling out Diamond's crew again since they ran back the same losing play they had on Saturday. And poor Greg Gagne got buried, and Brad Ringens got buried.
Prince didn't deserve that.
Frank Tarkenton.
Who is that?
Well, it's Fran Tarkenton, and he was a legendary quarterback for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he calls him Frank, which is really funny. But good stuff. All right, let's wrap things up tonight with the May 13th, 2025, 2000s episode of ECW on TNN. Did I put 25 on all?
No, it's hardcore TV.
Hardcore TV. All right, listen, we've been off. Still put
The year 2000.
Telling you, buddy.
The month of May of the 13th. That's between 12 and 14 is 13.
We learned about that, yes, recently. There's a 50-50 chance that Christmas play has just fried my brain for all podcasts because I've not
Perhaps. It was worth it.
Just Incredible is with Francine backstage. Cuts a pro on Tommy Dreamer, talks about their history together, including Credible interrupting the 10-bell salute for Tommy's grandfather back in the day. The vicious cane attack, stealing the world title. Fran is stroking the cane. She's making horny noises the whole time. She says Tommy lost both her and the title. Credible then says Lance Storm's a mark who thinks he's so good that he carried the Impact players, but Credible is the most controversial figure in sports entertainment, and now the student has become the teacher. Francine says for Dawn to get off her knees, wipe the brown off her nose, and find out why Francine is the queen. Incredible wraps up. I thought Francine was really on a good track, and then Dawn has been presented as like a slut, not like a brown noser, unless she's saying she's eating his ass. I don't know, but I thought she was going to take it more like wipe the jizz off her face or whatever. Like it's kind of where she was going with that.
Maybe she was targeting the back end. We don't know.
I guess
that's how I took it.
Yeah, I guess. Any thoughts further on that?
Francine looks hot as hell.
Yeah.
The stroking of the cane might be a little bit overdone. But
yeah, they love it.
Yeah. I just can't stop watching it oddly right now. But it's better than listening to Just Incredible talk.
I mean, listen, that's a fair point. Anytime Credible says words, I want to die in a fire. So.
Does this shirt say "Got blow"? I think it says "blood," but I can't see the rest.
Either one. I mean,
sorry.
All right, we had a long Just Incredible music video to make you feel even better about yourself.
Yeah, I skipped all of that. I did not watch any of that.
Very long. Yeah. Joey's in the nest in Poughkeepsie and says Credible has been the center of ECW controversy since he won the title. So this is a pretty stale taping if we're still in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
We get our opening animation. Joel's in the nest and takes some shots at TNN, even gives a limerick, his usual kind of nonsense time filler. This is clearly a throwaway episode here on the doorstep of hardcore heaven. We've kind of had our go-homes. You can tell this is very much like, all right, emptying the video bucket, whatever we have hanging around.
Piece whatever the fuck we have together.
Yeah, this is clearly all right. What do we got left so that we can churn out and ship over to the Cindy's, the networks to kill a night.
It's just infuriating. I just hate it so much.
Yeah,
but they did this even pre-TNN a lot of times. Like whatever that last one before the pay-per-view where they had run out of fresh content. We'd get like 8 weeks old matches or replays. Yeah. Like this is like been a thing for a while now on that last. They just don't have time to tape a new content, I think. Because they're taping, the way they're taping shit.
Right.
All right. To the ring we go for opening match as we have Johnny Swinger taking on Little Guido. And that can only mean one thing for us here on the Extreme 3-Way Dance. And that is the Italian Lesson of the Week. All right. I did mention earlier, it is New Year's Day, of course. And I think that was very fitting to then choose this as our topic. And that word is Capodanno.
Capodanno.
Wasn't he in the Wu-Tang Clan?
He was. New Year's Eve in Italy, known as Capodanno, is a festive celebration filled with traditions that blend food, family, and a little superstition. Italians know how to bring the New Year's in style, and these customs are included in that. La Cena di San Silvestro.
No. Okay. No, I don't.
It's a festive dinner with symbolic dinner. I'm sorry, Jen, you want to try?
No, say it again.
La Cena di San Silvestro.
La Cena di San Silvestro.
There you go.
There you go.
Some symbolic dishes that bring fortune and success for the year ahead. Have you ever had lentils?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's a soup, basically. The small coin-like shape representing wealth and prosperity. Often served with cottacino, a savory pork sausage, or zampone, stuffed pig trotter. As pork symbolizes abundance moving forward into the future. I'm hoping by the time this airs, I'll have the good fortune of the new year. But, the more lentils you eat, the more money you'll gain. So start eating your lentils. Key food is a pomegranate as well. Vibrant red symbolizing fertility, abundance, and happiness. Feast covers across different regions, but not only the food. In Italy, you also are supposed to wear red on New Year's Eve. Cherished tradition bring good luck, love, and prosperity as well. This custom, particularly in the form of red undergarments, dates back to ancient Roman times when red was considered a powerful color, held fertility and protection. So it's also common for Italians to give red lingerie to loved ones during the holiday season.
Wow.
Finally, it's important to go out with the old to kick off the new. So you want to throw away some old stuff, particularly in regions like Naples and Calabria. Get rid of old and broken items to welcome a fresh start, let go of the past. They'll throw objects like pots, pans, dishes, pieces of furniture out their windows. Symbolizes discarding of negativity, bad memories.
Like your Christmas tree.
And burden, yes, not anymore though. Let's get the fake one. Burdens of the past year. So there you go.
Throw out last year's red lingerie.
There's also a symbolic and charming tradition in Naples known as eating 12 grapes at the stroke of midnight, one for each chime of the clock. Each grape represents a month of the upcoming year. The sweetness or sourness of each bite predicts the tone of that month. So I challenge you.
This is a lot of fucking work for New Year's, man.
Fireworks are also big in Italy. They light up the sky
Just
at midnight.
Drink and watch the ball drop. My God.
There you go. Well, this is all very simple. Actually, I have just had some lentils in my refrigerator.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're like I think it depends how you prepare them. They can be very like bland. I will say that if you don't have like the right kind of salt and seasoning in there, they're very bland. But they are very good for you. Instead of being like there's protein in there, and they're pretty good in filling. So
yeah.
Well, the South also has New Year's foods that we have to eat. Same line, greens like collard greens for money. Pork, it's the same. We do black-eyed peas instead of the lentils. And cornbread usually. And then the only sort of superstitious thing is I always was told not to wash your clothes on New Year's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
I don't know. There's like, hey, you're just not supposed to do that on New Year's Day. I'm like, that's okay. Weird. Seems weird, but maybe I should start doing that.
Yeah, it's weird. I went to school with a lentil one year.
Was he bland?
He was a pit. Yeah, he sucked actually.
All right. So there are all your New Year's traditions. Hopefully you partook in some of them New Year's Eve this year. If not, you can
I'm gonna do all of them and then be tired.
I'm doing a Stranger Things party this year, so
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Joel's in the nest. Takes some shots at TNN as he gives a random limerick, like we said. And that brings us to our match. Guido's out with Big Sal. Swinger's in the ring. Joey says he's known Johnny Swinger at WCW, but now he's just Swinger because it sums up his lifestyle. Swinger's looking pretty ripped. We get our full intros, some early chain work, reset. Guido bails out. Guido comes back in the big slap, gets 2 on a backslide into a flurry of counters and takedowns, including a sloppy takedown from Swinger that triggers the crowd. Guido comes back from the floor with some stiff strikes, runs to a Swinger power slam for 2. Guido dips outside again, returns with a boot to the gut before dodging a drop kick, drills Swinger with a drop kick of his own. Guido shoves Swinger outside, whiffs on a Pescado. Guido recovers and shoots Swinger to the railing. Sal meets him with an avalanche, shoots Swinger back in. Guido gets a near fall. Swinger snaps off a neck breaker for 2, heads up top, but Guido catches him into a Fujiwara. Swinger gets a rope break. Guido stays atop him with a side Russian leg sweep. Sal gets in the ring. Guido hits a tower pizza. Sal hits a headbutt off them in a rope. Guido covers for 2. Guido chops away, but Swinger gets a front Russian leg sweep and a side Russian leg sweep for 2 counts. Guido bounces back up into Maritado and gets the win in a very feisty little match. Swinger showed up well, but I thought Guido and Sal did a nice job grinding it out. absolute time filler, but Guido deserves this TV showcase, like a nice hard hot fought win. And I think Swinger could be a decent little low card value too, like Diamond and these other guys. He's got some potential. So Jenny went 2 3/4 stars. Anytime they showcase Guido and give him some love, I'm in.
It was really good. And I'm interested to see more of Swinger and his lifestyle. I think it says swing zone on his butt. Swing
That's the name of his apartment, you think, May?
I don't know, but that was very interesting. His hair is very hachi-machi. So, very interested in this guy. And little Guido, he's just always like that little feral cat fun energy that he has. This was great. Like, I love the big old elbow drop off of Sal. And I thought Swinger looked pretty fun. Like, he's pretty swole. I don't know. Maybe I have a little crush. So I did 2.5, Maddie.
I mean, I went gentleman's 2 on this because I thought Guido fucking outclassed Swinger here. Like, I think there was such a talent disparity in this match that it was glaring to me. Like, especially like near the beginning where Swinger's fucking stumbling all over himself with that sloppy arm drag and shit like that. I mean, it ended up being okay, and like I'm glad we got Guido on an episode of TV, even though it's, you know, kind of a filler episode. But yeah, I thought Swinger to me was nothing more than fodder for Guido here, so it was fine in that respect. But yeah, gentlemen's 2, good for Guido to get another win under his belt here.
All right, Sinister Minister and Mikey are in the bowels of the arena. Mikey's bouncing around. Minister says, "What's wrong with you?" Mikey's all amped up for Hardcore Heaven and he yells, "Jesus Christ," out of excitement. Minister says he has his place in the food chain, but Hardcore Heaven will be hotter than hell. And then they cackle away. I didn't think this was their best stuff. No. A lot of weeks, like their little segments are maybe top 3 on the show. This felt like, again, like, hey, we got to fill 30 seconds. Can you do something crazy just to fill some airtime? So, which on these episodes where they have time to kill, like I would give them more time. Like they give them 5 or 6 minutes to fill because they're funny. This just felt very much like, again, what much of this episode was. It just could have been better, Matt.
Stop dancing! You look like a damn fool! This isn't what us Satanists do! But yeah, I mean, it's not their best. But look, I'm not going to be upset when these 2 guys are on my fucking TV screen. So
I just love how much they laugh all the time.
Yeah. And
you said the bowels of the arena. I said the bowels of the Titanic.
It did look like
an old-timey ship.
Yeah.
There was plenty of room on that tour.
Walking the entire building and finding like
that spot.
Most absurd place they can possibly be for these things. It's like that pool that time. And like,
yeah, I love that pool.
Billy Zane, what are you doing here?
They probably look for abandoned buildings, like wherever they can, just to film this stupid shit.
Just random fucking parking lots with fire and shit.
Just like the Public Enemy used to.
Yeah,
used to go to
totally.
Playgrounds. Joey's in the nest says Paul told him a prolonged stay at Atlanta can do exactly this to somebody's mind. The new Dangerous Alliance in the ring. Lou says he feels good tonight, so he's got a question for the fans and asks how many people in Poughkeepsie want Electra to take the jacket off and who's in the mood for TNA. Lou says if she wants to take it off and then calls a team conference and reveals she will not take it off because the fans are poor, pathetic Poughkeepsie punks, and he can make that proclamation because he's the hottest manager in wrestling and then does full intros for his crew. Joey says you can see bare pictures of Electra on the website, and he's looking at them right now on his laptop. Kind of the usual from the Dangerous Alliance. Let's cover the match. You guys can give your thoughts on all this. We have Nova and Chris Chetty taking on CW Anderson and Wild Bill Wiles. After a break, Chetty and Nova in the ring, set for tag action with the DA. CW and Chetty start off with some strikes. CW gets a low blow. Chetty rallies, gets a low blow, and a pair of atomic drops to a leg lariat. Chetty hammers away, tags Nova. We get a quick double team. Wiles comes in, gets mopped up as well into a Nova near fall. Wiles ducks a lariat, peppers away, and dances. Nova slugs him down. Lou hooks Nova's leg. CW cracks him in the back with a chair into a Wiles spin kick for 2. CW tags in Nova, rallies, but CW stops him cold, gets a gut wrench for 2. The DA keep Nova wrapped up until Nova rallies with a Nova cane on Wiles. CW and Chetty both catch tags, and Chetty cleans house. They all brawl. Wiles gets a neck breaker on Chetty, which is also a DDT on CW at the same time, as Chetty was holding him in a chancery. Nova comes off the top with a swanton for 2 as Lou pulls the ref out and throws him to the railing. Nova calls for a table. Chetty slides one in. Nova tries to get Lou on the table. Wiles saves. Lou nails Wiles with the phone by accident as Chetty takes out CW. Nova and Chetty go up. They put Wiles through the table with the tidal wave and get the win in a very sick finish with that bump. So usual stuff with these teams, opening card stuff. But the tag division, this is like what it's become. And it's now its own little world, especially with the belts off of the Impact players. We'll see how long it takes to crown new champions. But for now, this is kind of what we have. And we'll see if the titles give them a new center point. But Matt, I thought the finish looked great. 2 1/4. And that really bumped it up for me because they really plastered into the table with that move.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This was a fairly standard tag match before the finish, but the finish really helped. Like, I thought the finish was great to this and kind of out of place for what the rest of the match was, to be completely honest. But I'm glad they did it because, like, before that, I would have been like, this just kind of wasn't much. But then I was like, oh, shit, that was pretty fucking cool. So I'll give them props for that. But outside of that, I mean, it's just... I feel like it's the match we've seen these teams have 8 billion times prior to this, so it was fine. But yeah, the finish really bumped it up in my eyes. So 2 1/4 from me, Jenny.
I'm a fan of all of these guys, honestly. Even Chetty, I think, looked better.
Yeah, Chetty and Nova have come along for me. Like,
yeah.
I was much more into Doring and Roadkill for most of the time with these teams. Like if I had to pick one, but I'm with you. I've come around on Chetty and Nova.
Yeah.
And I like CW. I always have. And the punches were good in this. It's standard. It's fine. It's not, the best thing I've ever seen, but it's respectable. It's a good match. And that finish was sick. So I did 2 1/4 as well.
All right. The DA beat down Nova and Chetty after the bell. Natural Born Killers fires up. Out comes New Jack with a bucket of plunder. New Jack quickly cleans house of the DA with some stiff weapon shots. Electra comes in, gets in his face. He puts a kiss on her, rips off her jacket. We get the full show. The Baldies come out and attack New Jack, but he fights them off. Angel clobbers New Jack from behind, chokes him with a cord, ripping apart the process. DeVito grinds a stick into the open cut as the crowd is craving balls. Jack is leaking blood as the refs and Chili Willy come out to save him. That'll lead to our next match in a moment, but what do you guys think of this segment here?
How is New Jack still walking and and breathing and not dead? Like, Jesus.
And it feels like they should find him a good partner because he could be another addition to the tag division.
Yeah.
If they gave him someone decent like to pair up with, because you have these other teams. We got 2 more we're gonna talk about in a second. And New Jack's not doing anything anyway. So just put him with like Balls doesn't do anything either. Like either put him with Balls.
There it is.
Or where's Cronus? He's going to still be around somewhere. Bring him back. So, like, there's going to be somebody can team with in the division,
Damian Kane, it's time for his return.
Yes, please.
But it's just, I feel like, save for the Baldies thing, like, Jack hasn't done shit in a long time. And he's been feuding with the Baldies for what feels like 7 years at this point. Like, let's kind of get away from that and put him in the fucking tag division or something. I don't know. It feels like they should be doing more with New Jack, even though he, almost died live on pay-per-view a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of New Jack and the Baldies, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, bro. Like, you don't gotta go this hard for these motherfuckers. Like,
right. Yeah.
The things that he does is disproportionate to the to the talent of his opponents, and that's terrible because he's awesome. Crowd loves him. I mean, he's hardcore. I don't know about Balls being his partner, but I wish there was somebody else.
No, it seems like they got something like they want Balls to be more of a singles guy now, but yeah, there had to be someone they could find to stick with him. I don't know. This feels like he's got nothing else to do anyway. So
right,
maybe.
All right, Doring and Roadkill taking on the Baldies here. So they come out, like we said, and make the save, and they go right into the match. The bell sounds. Angel ends up in the trio. Whoa! Roadkill to splash in the corner on DeVito. Doring plants him with a bareback. DeVito rolls outside. Doring and Roadkill hit Angel with the panty drop. After the break, the Baldies are in control of Doring, double teaming. They load up a table. Roadkill makes a save. They hit the heart attack. Doring goes up. Roadkill puts up Angel. Doring puts him through a table with the buggy bang. And that's another nice finisher on the match. Like,
yep.
I was surprised that Doring and Roadkill went over here, honestly. But it's, again, a little ridiculous. The Baldies lose to everybody except for New Jack. Like, for New Jack,
right?
It's like trying to be, he's trying to be Hulk Hogan in 1986 when he faced the Baldies. But then the Baldies are like the fucking conquistadors against everybody else. Like, they job within like 3 minutes. New Jack's going through acts of Congress to beat them with these wars and can't win. and everyone else just swats him away. Like Doring and Roadkill have jobbed a lot over the last like 3 months since they were kind of the hot team. They fell off, and here they finished the ball. He's like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So star and a quarter for me, but it's like, or star and 3/4, should say, Jenny. But it's like, what's going on? Like that's been an odd treatment of New Jack, especially for them because they love New Jack. Like he's always positioned as such a violent person, and it was fine. But it's just weird how when the Ballies literally fight anybody else, they're like jobbers.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all he wants to do is come out with his trash can, bleed, and jump off shit. Maybe that's what he wants to do, and he doesn't need a story or a partner or anything else. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong, but a lot of wrestlers I feel like get obsessed with championships and moving up and their place and their spot and their blah blah blah. New Jack just never feels that way. He just feels like a guy who likes to fuck people up.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll throw him into something a little bit more interesting than the Baldies. But this, I mean, this was great. I did 1 3/4 as well.
Yeah, I went 1.5 on it. I mean, ultimately it was not much, and I get why, like, Doring and Roadkill won, because clearly they're trying to beef up the tag division again, but like you said, I mean, the Baldies are fucking useless against anybody besides New Jack, so it's just real fucking... It almost makes New Jack seem like he's, like, at the bottom of the totem pole here, which is not the fucking case at all, so it's just super weird, so... I don't know. 1.5 for this.
Well, it should have ended with the whole stupidity with Grimes. Like, once that, like now, it's like just let it be done,
right?
And you don't have to have the Baldies be super protected, but like just keep New Jack away from them for a while.
When someone almost dies, maybe it's time to move on.
Yeah. All right, Grimes is in the Baldies beat down Roadkill and Doring until Balls bounces out to make the help. And then where the fuck was he earlier to help New Jack?
Right.
Yeah.
Why does he come out now? Like at least again, they're such a good company, and they've always been so good at paying attention to details and not treating people stupid. But like, I hate when they get lazy with little stuff like this. Like, Balls has been working with New Jack. He hates the Baldies too. If he's not going to come out earlier, just explain why.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we just got to report that that Balls was knocked out by the Baldies before the match, and he just woke up.
Right.
Joey talks about everything under the fucking sun all night. Like, just give us that. Like, it's easy to say. We don't need to see it. Just go word backstage. Balls have been beaten and emptied onto the floor.
Yeah, Balls was in his refractory period, and he
had to recover. Yeah. It's a harden. Anyway, he shoots a flurry of chair shots and leaves the Baldies in a heap to a pop. So there you go. There's Balls. He empties the ring. Mm-hmm. Joey resets in the nest. He hypes the pay-per-view on the website. And some folks will be seeing this after the pay-per-view. So I guess if your syndicated network airs it on Monday or whatever, Tuesday, whatever.
Right.
Tosses briefly back to the ring. We get the Balls party after that. Sandman's backstage, talks about his past wars, gives warnings to Rhino. Kid Cash is doing a promo. Swinger comes through and they have to cut. Cash gets in his face, but Swinger says he's from Atlanta. Cash says, "Stay out of my way," and flicks his hat at him. Cash or Swinger flicks his hat. Cash backs him into the hallway. Swinger walks off and he gives a little sass as Cash calls him a homo. Joey hypes the pay-per-view. Rhino gives his final warnings to Sandman and tells him to bring his mom to the show since it's Mother's Day and he'll put her ass through a table too. So again, another usual time waster with this hardcore TV episode with the pay-per-view hype. So this is all hard sell, but they've fallen into this weird like chasm because I feel like these hard sell episodes used to be real hard sell. It was Joey showing recaps of all the matches, setting up the feuds, big promos. But now we're mixing in matches, which is appreciated. Mm-hmm. But sometimes the matches have nothing to do with the pay-per-view. It's just like random shit. Right. Guys that aren't featured at all, So it's like, why are we introducing Swinger here the night before the pay-per-view when we're trying to hard sell the pay-per-view? So I'd actually appreciate this more if it was more like a canned studio preview show with Joey just running down, even Joel, whatever, running down like the big matches. Okay, here's Storm versus Credible. Here's a 10-minute look at the history of their feud with some of their top match. Like, to me, that would be more beneficial than this instead of throwing out this junk. So I don't know. This is my thought on it.
Don't sing it, swing it. I really needed that in my life. So I felt okay with all of that. I don't know. it's starting to feel like all of the pay-per-views like catch up with them quicker than they thought.
Mhm.
You know, like it's starting
100%. Yeah.
like it's starting to feel a lot slapdash.
Well, it
And
feels like, oh, we got so much time to kill,
right.
and then suddenly, yeah, we're on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we have too much time sometimes.
Right.
We're trying to fill crap at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe it's something about being in the year 2000 where it seems like they're trying to change up what to expect from them. Like, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like what you're saying, like I would rather have like a canned show where we just run down the matches. That feels like maybe they think that's a little old and tired way of leading up to a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll put in like comedy crap or whatever these matches. More exciting things than recaps.
But they could do both more. Like 70% recap with a feature match. You know, versus like, because this feels like, oh, this is your product. It's not that great. Like, it feels like a waste of time. Whereas at least if they're selling it as a pre-show, it feels like, okay, well, we're trying to sell the pay-per-view to you at the last minute, which is what this should be. Unless you're just assuming anyone watching this is ordering no matter what.
Well,
but like,
I'm saying, Joey keeps saying you might be watching this later. So they can't really give a hard sell.
well, they still, I mean, people are going to be watching it. But either way, it's a waste, even for people that are watching it later, because you may be tuning in for results and you're going to get to see the results if you're watching it later. So if it's just a tough spot. It's an old school wrestling spot.
Yeah.
Because you're taping all the shit so far in ahead. I just think like doing one feature match with a preview show would make more sense. Hype the match all night. We're going to preview the pay-per-view, and at the end of the night, you're going to get a big tag match with these guys. Like instead, it just feels like the C show. It feels like Heat or something, you know, like here's some matches that you don't give a fuck about that have been sitting in the can for a month now.
That's my biggest problem with an episode like this is that it feels like this is like an episode of Saturday Night in like 1999 where there's like no real reason to fucking watch this. Like, unless you want to just see ECW in general. Other than that, like, there's no real reason to watch an episode like this. Because even like the hard sell stuff for the pay-per-view, like there wasn't much of it here.
No.
So it's just a weird
if I'm watching this and I'm on the fence, like maybe I stumbled into this and I'm like, well, this month is also Judgment Day.
Right.
Which is like a great fucking pay-per-view. I don't remember Slamboree, like you said, if that's Arquette or whatever. But it's like, nonetheless, if I'm deciding between Triple H and The Rock in a Iron Man match, right, with Shawn Michaels as the ref or this, it's like, well, if I'm watching this to try and get the vibe, I didn't get much, like at all. Like, I'm not even getting video packages of the feuds, really, like to show me, you know, all right, well, if I'm watching this Saturday night and I get to decide on Sunday, I just think they could use it. They have this hour baked in. Use it. You know, use it better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I'm preaching on a 25-year-old program.
That's what we do.
I'm letting out some stress anger right now.
Are you new at this show? We kind of do that every time.
I know. All right, best match. I went Guido and Johnny Swinger.
Oofa.
You did.
I went Chetty and Nova versus the DA. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
You know any swingers, however?
If I do, they haven't told me yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say not no swingers out of the closet that I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that your best match, Jenny?
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I was
Worst
thinking
match I went during a roadkill versus the Ballies.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Best moment I gave it to the Super Table title wave. That was an awesome spot.
That was great.
Yep.
Most 2000 Joey hyping Electra's online titty pics.
Titty.
Yeah.
Stock Rising, those pictures. FBI, I had a good night. Nova and Chetty and during a roadkill, I had good nights.
How is she falling and rising?
It sounds like those pictures
She's
weren't
not
the only.
falling.
Sounds like those pictures weren't the only thing rising.
She had things rising and then falling. Yes.
Wow.
Falling, I have the new DA besides her, and the Baldies, who felt like I'm shocked, honestly. Like, I don't remember a lot of this ever of ECW because I didn't watch a lot of it live. I was watching TNN here and there. Yep. But like when the Baldies debuted in '99, I would have never guessed they would still be around in May of 2000. Like they felt like they were one of those acts that would be here like 4 or 5 weeks, and they'll be like, "Oh, what happened to the Baldies?" Like,
Mhm.
they just vanished. Like, I can't believe they're
Right.
still here. Like, I thought they were gonna be like a 1 month New Jack feud and then gone.
Right.
I'm shocked. Like, they're still fucking hanging around. Anyway, 4.5 out of 10. Again, filler episode, but it didn't feel like a complete waste. Like watching it now, like again, I think it was a waste of hyping a pay per view that I'm not buying. But like watching it back, I was like, all right, I like the tag stuff, was pretty good, and it was okay.
You just shit all over this whole episode.
No, I shit on it in the moment. It was bad usage of their time in May of 2000. It was not awful use of my time in December of 2000.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna do the 5 out of 10.
Like, I'd rather watch this than like SmackDown, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'd still rather watch this over SmackDown, but I still gave it a 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's stupendous, but like,
Yeah, maybe I should do.
Matt, we grew up
back
with
it off
we know
a
these
little bit.
types of episodes. We grew up with them, All right. So that'll be it for us here tonight on the three-way dance. Thank you for staying with us if you did. It was again a little bit of time off. We had to reacclimate, but it's good we get this out of our systems now, because in 2 weeks' time we will be back with Hardcore Heaven 2000. So it's a big pay-per-view night. So we'll bring the A game for sure for that one. I'm confident of that.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, check out everything North-South Connection. Want to wish you all a happy and healthy new year, and spread the word. We had a big year at North-South Connection here in 2025. We had 1,000 subscribers.
Mhm.
We're on the doorstep of, what are we at now? Let's see. Riveting Radio. We are at 1,187-ish. So
Nice.
let's hit 2,000 in 2026. That'd be pretty cool.
Let's do it.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to spread the word. Let ECW fans that you may know out there know about this great podcast. Check out Jenny on Wednesdays here at the North-South Connection, the Jenny Position.
Mhm.
You could check out Matt Souza over mainly the Backbone Wrestling Podcast Network.
Mm-hmm.
But he does pop in on things here and there as well on the No So keep an eye on that. If you didn't hear the Place to Be Nation, Place to Be Podcast Christmas Extravaganza, go check that out. Place to Be Nation Wrestling feed. It's a labor of love and insanity, but this year is a lot of fun. So if you like Sinister Minister, that's the play for you for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm done. I'm cooked. We're out. Talk to you from Hardcore Heaven in 2 weeks. Stay extreme.